All right, this is good. All right. How you doing? What's going on? My name is AJ for short, or what's going on, y'all? My name is Johnny, or for short, AJ, and this is AJ Radio, really. This is a sketchbook. What's in the sketchbook is kind of a script. Not really a script, but it's more of just me. It's just things I have to say in this video, and everything. So I want to formally introduce myself. So, my name is AJ. All right, I am above most things. I'm a singer, but I'm also an artist. I don't have any music out currently, really. Forgot to say, in the background you're probably gonna hear some gunshots. I might keep these in half the time because it's kind of, there's a lot of bugs out here, honestly, and I am not a fan of bugs. But where I'm at, there's gunshots in the background. Oh my gosh. But I wanted to come to this park because I wanted to combine two of my favorite things together, and those two favorite things would be music. There's a bug on my hand as we speak. There's a bug right there. I wanted to combine music and nature together. I really do enjoy being out in the wilderness. As much as I hate bugs, let me tell y'all something about me. I hate bugs. The worst bug I hate is a spider. I have such bad arachnophobia. It's crazy. But, I pulled through. This was not the original spot I was going to go to. I saw spider webs in the original spot I was going to go to. So I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Not today. Not today. But yes, I am a singer, songwriter, producer, composer. I'm also a director. I don't dance. I have to learn to dance. I think dancing is strange to me. Not when other people do it, but when I do it, because I'm really tall. So I'm a super awkward, super shy tall dude, like literally. And I'm trying to learn to break out of that. For the longest, I've been in a shell, and I believe I'm still in that shell. And I can't explain it, but it's just I've been in that shell for a long time. But before we break out of that shell, I want to tell you guys a little bit about my backstory. I've been doing music, I think, basically my whole life, from when the day I was born to currently today. My earliest music performance dates back to, I don't know the date exactly, but it was like preschool, pre-K, something around there. And you hear music in the background. At the end of graduation, there was a song we had to sing, and the song was Greatest Love of All by Whitney Houston. And it truly, if you've never heard the song before, honestly, you need to go listen to it. It's part of my music taste, honestly, which is a wide range. I love music. Music, it's in me, Music is in everybody, but music is truly within me. And we sang that song for graduation, and ever since then, it really took off, Elementary school, I sang throughout elementary school, going into little shows and just kind of singing here and there. I had this, there was a talent show, there was a winter talent show, and I sang I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. There's a video somewhere, I don't know where it is, but there's a video somewhere on the internet of me singing I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus that my parents recorded. And I was stiff as a rock. Literally, I can't even show you for real. But I was stiff as a rock. I stood so still, singing the song with the mic in my hand like this. I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus. And I just didn't move. I was scared, honestly. I was terrified, but I wanted to sing. I really wanted to do it. I don't remember how I prepared for it or what happened, but the crowd erupted. everyone was like, "Oh my God, you were so good." That's not exactly what I don't know what they said. I'm gonna be honest. That was like years ago. It was over a decade ago. After that, I continued to do shows. Another performance I'd like to note is fifth grade. I did this Spanish performance with another little girl. She was like younger than I was in fifth grade, but she was like what, third, maybe second. There's a bugger right in front of me. What's up, buddy? Third, maybe second grade. I have no idea, but we went to a performance, and me and her sang together, and singing "Let It Go" in Spanish, "Libre Soy," and we won a medal, and we literally got like an A+ rating, which is crazy because I think before that I've never sung in Spanish, so it was great. I'm gonna spray again. They seem to have came back. I'm be honest, y'all, I don't know how focused my camera is. I can't really see from too far, and I have nothing to really reference it besides this chair. So I hope it's good. Went to middle school, and I joined the choir there. And there weren't a lot of male singers in the choir at all. I was quite literally one of the only ones. And never stopped me though. It was fun. I loved it. I love choir. Choir is one of my favorite things to do. And the choir that I do now, which I'm gonna get into, is different from what I did back then. Back then it was just, she taught us the song, and we just practice it and we sing it all in the same octave, basically, no harmonies. I'll tell you guys an embarrassing story. I can't remember if this was 7th or 8th grade, but we had a performance in one of those grades. It might have been 8th. No, I think it was 7th. We had a performance, and it was for another Christmas show, another one. And I had a solo for This Christmas, Chris Brown. That na 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 na, hang all the mistletoe, I'm gonna get to know you better. That one. So I had a solo for that song, and in the middle of the song, there's just this big interlude or prelude or whatever you want to call it, or I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, but it's just music, instrumental. And basically, I was supposed to have a note for that song that the teacher gave me. She gave me a note. She's like, all right, you're gonna read this in the middle of the song. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. I'm ready. By the way, I still have bad stage fright. Horrible at this point, Not enough performance experience to really, I'm not gonna say not enough performance experience, but I was just really scared, honestly. And I don't know why, I couldn't explain it. I've always been scared in front of cameras, in front of a big crowd of people, and honestly, it might not change ever, but it don't stop me. So I went in front of the crowd, did my solo. Crowd, they all sing behind me. When it comes to the instrumental, I realize I don't have the note in my pocket. So whatever it is I'm supposed to read, I didn't read it because I didn't have it. I forgot it in the library. So I'm on stage, and this is exactly what I do. I'm like, I hope everyone has a very, 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 very merry, 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 merry. I say it for like a minute, literally. Merry, 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 merry. I keep doing it. I didn't know what to do. I was so scared and so nervous. Merry, Merry Christmas. The fireside is blazing bright. Show went on. Everyone clapped. I was embarrassed, but I mean, it happens. So, one of the top 10 scariest moments of my life. Absolutely. Go away. Fast forward to high school. There's a lot more parts, I'm not saying, but, as I think we get to know each other, it'll happen, like, well, you guys will learn, about my past, and, I want to learn about everybody else's past, like, through music. That's how we share. That's how we express ourselves, and I'm still learning to express myself. So, but that's later. So, 9th grade, I get to high school, and they don't have a choir. They have a band, but no choir. I had band for a class, so I went to a band class, and that's where I played tuba. I did sports In middle school, elementary, I played baseball. I love baseball, and I also did little league rec. Um, and baseball is my favorite sport, so I love baseball. I love basketball too, but baseball will always hold number one in my heart because I played that. My grandpa played it. He was on the Cardinals, and that's how we bonded, you know. I remember seeing a movie with my grandpa, my dad, and my brother, and it was 42, the Jackie Robinson movie with Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace, rest in power. Beautiful movie, love it, one of my favorite movies. I love baseball. His story is it's so inspiring, like literally, I love it. I joined baseball, I quit baseball, went to basketball. I had the height for it. I was literally in all of my classes in every school, I was literally the tallest. I think middle high school, there was like one dude that was rivaling me. He was either the same height or a little bit taller than me, but otherwise I was always the tallest in my school. And I think when I got to high school, I was like 6'5", 6'6", and the coaches saw that, and it was like, all right, you know, putting you on the team. My skill wasn't there. Well, actually, in between the summer of 8th to 9th grade, I had a leg injury, and I couldn't play ball. And so, actually, I did play ball, but I played it on one leg, and I had a hoop in front of my house. And what I would do is, I would go in front of my house, and I couldn't jump off. I think it was my right leg. So I just shot with my left leg, only one-legged. And I have some buddies, I don't know where they at right now, but they could vouch for me and say that I literally played with one leg when I was on the court sometimes. Like, they would see me shoot, and I would shoot off of one leg. And it made my legs stronger. And in the 9th grade, I wasn't yamming, but I was dunking, you know? They would call them aggressive layups. Not funny. Not funny at all. Y'all are not funny. Y'all are not funny. So I played basketball, and during one of the practices, I found it very hard to breathe. It was very hard to breathe at one time, and I thought it was normal, honestly. Yeah, shoot guns, why don't you? Yeah, go ahead, yeah. Honestly, I found it it was hard to breathe, and it was like I was wheezing, like it was hard to breathe through my throat, felt like a blockage. I couldn't explain it to my mom. My mom picked me up from practice one day, and I was like, Mama, I can't breathe. She was like, you need to go to the hospital? I was like, I don't know, maybe. And she was like, all right, we're going. Took me to the hospital. They didn't say nothing at first because they didn't see nothing. So I had to go back, I think, for some other tests. Or I did the test right then and there. And they were just like, all right, well, you got a birth defect, basically. And I had a hole in my heart. I needed a correction. I think it was of the right coronary artery. From then on, it was just a lot changed, you know? At that time, I can't explain it, but I don't think I was as sentient as I am now and as aware. And I was 15, turning 16, I believe, and I just wasn't, I don't know, I didn't really care too much, you know? Like my 9th grade year, I didn't care about school at all. I found out choir was gone, and I was just like, all right, I'm gonna just do basketball, it's my career. My dad was like, you got the height, you know, you can do it, you can make it to the league, but you gotta put in the work. I tried to put in the work, but honestly, I don't think basketball was really for me. It was fun, but coaches never put me in the game, never wanted to try and play me. I have to say, Coach James, you are a horrible coach. If you see this video, I stand on business. Should have played me, should have developed, but you had favorites. So, and even if I was bad in practice, cut me from the team. I don't care, but all I did, and you did the same 3 drills in practice. Trash can. I don't like talking trash, by the way. Respectfully, Coach James, you know, you did your thing. But everybody got to retire every now and then. So they told me about the diagnosis, and they told me I was going to need surgery. And after that, I was just like, before I continue, I don't really like telling this story. It feels like such a sad sob story, and I don't like being like sobbed over or sad over. Like, to me, this was just a surgery, you know? You're gonna fix my heart so I could breathe? All right, let's do it, I'm ready. Literally, they told me I needed the surgery, and I was just like, let's do it. I wasn't scared. My parents were scared. I wasn't scared. So, February 6, 2019, I had a successful open heart surgery. And from then on, it was different. I want to note that in 9th grade, I didn't play a lot of games of basketball. I joined varsity, and then the coach left, and then they put me back on JV. I was in between, but they just never played me in any games. I got in a game once for a varsity game for a minute or two, and they immediately took me out. I was scared. I don't know why. I couldn't explain it. I was shaking. And at that point, I was like, do I have like performance anxiety or something? Like, it was bad. February 19th, open heart surgery. It was successful. I was in the hospital bed, couldn't move. God, them ice chips did me justice. I just want to say that. Couldn't get out of bed. For the next 6 months, I couldn't get out of bed by myself. My mom had to help me. I didn't go to school for a month. My best friend was actually really sad. I don't know why though. Like, I was when I saw her, I was like, why are you crying? I'm right here. Like, it's not like, Apparently, an open heart surgery is a very big thing. I literally, like, when I tell you I wasn't scared, it didn't scare me. It was just, it was like, whatever. Just another day in my life. How can I be scared of singing in front of people without an open heart surgery? Like, make it make sense. So in between those 6 months, I wasn't really going with the team at all. I was just kind of in my house. And then I started coming back to school. One of my favorite teachers, she made everybody sign a note and give it to me. And my best friend gave it to me, like, this is from the class. We'll hope you're doing better. I'm like, this is so nice. I love her. She's a great teacher. Love her. Love my best friend too. She was awesome, and she always like checked up on me, made sure I was good. When I returned to school with a suitcase because I wasn't allowed to carry anything for 6 months. 6 to 8 months. And get away. And I walked around school. I had to leave class early, and because if you touched me, I was probably gonna die. So, honestly, I felt so embarrassed to have that suitcase. I'm gonna be so real, but it had to be done. And between that time, I formed a bond with some new friends that I made in band. Mind you, I was only in band for the class in 9th grade. In 10th grade, I wasn't in it at all until my surgery. I joined band, after that, I made a bunch of friends, and I kind of eased my way out of basketball, and I started just, doing music again, and I played tuba. I didn't know how to read music, but that was like me beginning to read music, I didn't know how to, I didn't understand it. I didn't know what these notes meant, but I knew fingerings of a tuba because my friend wrote it down. Thank you, Ethical Blue. He wrote it on a piece of paper, somehow he knew. And and that's how we played. Like, it was crazy, but that's literally, and in my head, if I remember, I can play a tuba. I haven't played a tuba in years, but I know how to play one because, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, that's the scale. I don't remember what key to start in, but that's just what I know, So, fast forward, I'm healed, and I'm playing again, and I go to practice, and they're like, all right, you ready to get back in, you ready to play, blah, 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 yeah, whatever. Go to practice. I still feel a little bit of like I can't breathe, it's still bad. And I don't know what it is. And, I had like yearly, monthly cardiology appointments to make sure. And they were just like, you still have a little bit of leakage and all that stuff. And, at that point, I was ready to give up on ball, honestly. Not because I didn't like it, because I was just like, well, I'm having fun with the music. And this is what I want to do right now, And in between 10th to 11th grade, that's kind of what happened. I just kind of fell out of ball, and I stayed with the music. I was talking to a girl at a time. I don't remember if she was my girlfriend yet, but I was talking to her. I made some awesome friends, and we was kicking it. Literally, we was hanging out all the time, you know. And that's what my life consisted of: hanging out with my friends, going to band. 11th grade came. We finally got a music teacher. Mind you, we had a music teacher before, but she just didn't do choir or music or stuff. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, come on, man. 11th grade, we got this amazing voice teacher, choir teacher, and we all started doing music. And I didn't have the music class, I don't think. However, I joined the choir, finally, and I felt like I belonged. I was like, I'm back. The music is back. We're back. And I started doing choir again. And then, fast forward a little bit, I quit the band because all my friends were leaving. Fast forward, I started learning to play piano. Learning, you know. Which I didn't mention this, I probably should have mentioned this, but I also do have a history of singing in church. I sang in church when I was younger. I couldn't do it there either. I was so scared. I was so scared to sing in front of my family, and I can't explain why. But I was terrified. But I did play drums. So every time, my dad was a pastor. So every time we went to church, I was always on them drums, and I was loud. So I know how to make a beat now. I do. I know rhythms. I'm good with rhythms. I am okay with rhythms. I stopped playing drums after the church. The church actually stopped after my surgery. It's mostly because I think just people stopped coming. And so that was that, you know. But I did sing in church, even though I was terrified. And my parents tried to get me to sing, but I couldn't do it. I was just too afraid. And I don't know why. But I did play drums. And the piano player taught me a little bit on how to play. I don't remember what he taught me, but I remember a song. It's like, Heavenly Father, who art in heaven, dun, 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 dun. Hallowed be thy dun, 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 dun. Holy name, dun, 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 dun. And I know how to play it on piano. Rest in peace to James. He passed away not too long ago. You know, he was great on piano. That boy has skill, man. He had serious skill. So I joined the choir, and then fast forward, March, COVID. Yay, COVID, yay, COVID. It ruined my whole junior to senior year. We didn't get a prom. We had to do choir online. I did classes online, and that's when I actually stopped caring about school. Mind you, I was becoming a straight A-B student. I was a straight A-B student in 10th to 11th grade, and then I just stopped caring. I was home all the time at that point, and I started playing video games with all my friends and everything. I didn't have a console till I was like, 10th, 11th grade, and I wasn't allowed to play certain games like GTA. Couldn't play that. I just played free games and stuff. Didn't have a job, didn't have money, you know. But my friends and I played a lot on PS4, so it was fun. Still is fun whenever I try to get on. I'm not on much because I'm literally working all the time. Like, I'm always making music, or I'm always working on a video, or I'm a workaholic, you know. It may not seem as though, but I am. I keep myself busy, and I'm always out the house. I love being out the house. I love being outside. It's my favorite thing to do. One of my favorite things besides music. So COVID hit, and it was raps. I'm gonna skip all of in between 11th to 12th grade. Graduation came, and a few weeks before graduation, I was asked to do the national anthem because they asked the choir teacher, and I was always in the choir room, and they were like, "Oh, she was like, do you wanna, you know?" I was like, "Oh, yeah, let's do it. I'm not sure. Let's get it." I was terrified. I was scared, man. Honestly, can't explain how, but on my Instagram page, there's a video of me doing the national anthem. I was preparing. I was ready. I had a car finally. It was my Impala. Oh, I miss my Impala. They sold my baby. They sold her. I drove to my own graduation. My parents were there, of course, but I drove to my own graduation, and I was listening to "Feeling Good" on the way, and we were driving and got there, and they were like, "You ready?" I was like, "I don't know, man, but we gonna see." Actually, I felt very ready. Every time I have a performance, I always feel the utmost confidence in myself. And then when I get there, I start shaking. It is what it is. but I still perform. I still do, every time. Every time without fail, I do. Went up on stage, sang the national anthem. Apparently a lot of people didn't know I could sing before that, so it's really funny. My friends were like, "You can sing?" Like, I was like, yeah. I don't do it much, but I can. I really can. And I love doing it. It's a passion of mine. I love it. I go to college, first semester, and I find out, I didn't have a major yet, but I find out there's music. And I audition for the music program in my room. And I just sing the national anthem, honestly. Because it was online, it was still in between COVID and getting back, you know. There's a bug on my camera. From then on, I joined the music program. I joined the choir. My first ever choir performance in college was, I think December 2022 or November 2022. I had a solo, and it was, I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. It was that. I know I've been changed. I don't remember my solo or how it went, but oh, 'twas grace that taught my heart to hear, that saved my fears relieved. I know that I was scared to sing that, honestly. Like, there's a video on YouTube of me singing in the choir, because Professor posts all the choir stuff, and you can just see me kind of just standing there swaying, getting into the song, you know. I don't know what to do myself when I sing. I look strange, I'm tall, I don't know what to do, and I'm really skinny. Don't know what to do, but I still did it. And from then on, each year I was in the choir and I kept doing my thing. Kept getting solo after solo after solo, and it was great. Still is great, because I'm still doing it. Currently, I'm 23 right now. I'm currently in the college choir, and I am also a member of the Master Chorale. And the Master Chorale has given me the opportunity to sing with the very famous Andrea Bocelli, and I've sang with him officially 3 times as of this month, actually, February 12th. They were great performances. I forgot to mention something. I started playing piano in high school a little bit because the music room had a gigantic grand piano, and I just kind of played a little bit. I have a cover of me doing it there. That's not where I began. I think I started a little bit in church, but I really picked up when my grandma got a piano. And my grandma got a piano. She got 2 pianos. She got this big old Yamaha old out-of-tune piano and a smaller piano that I don't remember the name of, but I always went to the grand piano, and my dad was gonna get rid of it, and I was like, no, I want it, keep it. And my grandma kept it in her garage. And then since I had a car, I would drive to my grandma's house and I would do covers in her garage all throughout my college years, and I would keep doing these covers, and I loved it, you know. I got to see my grandma, loved my grandma, and I got to do the covers in the garage, and I just kept doing it, kept singing. And then my dad wanted to get rid of it. He was like, it's taking up too much space, rah, rah, rah. And I was like, don't do it, man. I love this piano, don't do it. Like, it's my piano, you know? It's my grandma's piano. Come on, I come here, I play it, you know? And sometimes he would come by and hear me play it, you know? And my grandma would always be in the room when I'm trying to sing and do my songs. And she gave me a key to the house, and I would just go in and I would do it. Fast forward, we moved the piano out my grandma's house. And then shortly after that, my grandma got sick, and then she passed away. Long live Barbara Jean. Her birthday was a few days ago, and there's gonna be a lot of cuts in this video. I honestly think that I wouldn't be where I'm at right now if it wasn't for my grandma. It wasn't just the piano, but she also just had a positive impact on me, you know? She was great. I love my grandma. Like I said, I don't want to go into my whole life story, but that is a short while after they moved the piano into our house. And I played it for a little bit, and then my dad got rid of it. At that point, when he got rid of it, then I was like, whatever, man, just do it. I love that piano. For years I loved that piano, and it just kind of you know? I don't think my dad understands the value or what it meant to me, really. And I'm not really too much of an expressional person. It's hard for me to express my feelings. It really is. And I try. I love all my siblings, and the little rascal that lives in the room right next to me. I'm learning. I'm learning to express myself more. It's hard. It's real hard. I feel like just this nonchalant, tough dude, but it's hard, really, honestly, for me. And I can't explain why it's hard. I don't know. But I'm learning to become better and learning to be a better person. As of right now, like I said, I'm in 2 choirs. I've sang with Andrea Bocelli 3 times, had a bunch of solos. That brings me to my next topic. I feel like my music hasn't gone nowhere. Mind you, I have nothing released. In college, I did this short film where I co-directed and wrote the music for it. I also co-shot it. We co-did everything. We didn't have a team. It was just me and my co-director. And we did everything. And I love the actors. We love the film. There's some things I can't talk about right now that I want to. It's not about them. But in the future, I'm going to talk about it. But right now, I want to keep it short. This video's already been super long. Make sure you go check out that short film too. It was a zombie film. It's called Revolve. I'm going to put a link to it on my gaming channel, because I also have a gaming channel. And I have a vlog channel. I didn't mention this, but it's always been my dream to be a YouTuber. Ever since I was young, and my dad talks about it, and they weren't too far on the idea, honestly. I want to talk about currently, though. I want to talk about what I currently want to do. And now we're at, what is this? You know, where are we right now? I felt I've gone nowhere with my music, honestly. I've created, produced, made a bunch of songs, music. I've written songs. I have songs that I've written ever since I was 18. They've never seen the light of day, you know? And I've been waiting to put them out. I've been waiting for something. I've been waiting to, you know, got some covers I've been working on. Nothing's gone nowhere. And I'm gonna blame myself for that. I've held myself back. I feel like I've been waiting on some opportunity. I've been waiting on something, and it just never popped up. And it's never popped up because I've never made it pop up. I've never made it happen. It's all my fault. You know, I'm 23 right now, and I feel like I've done almost nothing. Well, you could argue I've done a lot, even though I haven't said everything, but I feel like I haven't achieved what I've been supposed to achieve. I've wanted to be a famous singer ever since I was a little kid, all right? I love music. Music is in me. I feel like my parents talked to me about getting a real career and job, and I'm just like, I can't do that, honestly. I see people making money off of doing the stupidest of things, honestly. And music ain't stupid. Music is love, man. Music brings people together. Music, it's everything to me. It's all I listen to all day. My parents are like, you go in the shower, you always have music blasting. Yeah, I do. I love music, and I will forever listen to music. Music will always be there for me, even if I'm not there for it. But it's always right in my ear, right on my phone. And I feel like there's nothing else in this world I can do except music. That is my main goal. To blow up, like I don't know nobody. No, but seriously, my main goal is become a musician. That brings me actually to a topic that I want to talk about, and it is my goals. My personal goals and for the channel. In no specific order, this is what I want, but this is number 1, absolutely. Become a famous, popular singer. I feel like I have the voice. I have the chance. I have the opportunity. I gotta make it happen. I gotta go out. I don't perform much in public because I feel like I need people there with me, honestly. And I'm scared to do things by myself. And I just always feel like I need someone there with me. But I've learned that there won't always be somebody. And I need to start making things happen if this is what I really want. My dad told me this he's been telling me this for the longest. But it's just, I really got to make it happen. So that's my goal. I want to be a singer-songwriter. I want people listening to my music, honestly. I want y'all to hear me, you know? And I want to learn to express myself through my music more and more as the years go by. And I want y'all to see me grow and see me really, really do it. I also kind of want to rap a little bit. I'm not a rapper at all. I can't rap, honestly, but I might try on some of these tracks. One of my bigger goals is to compose a Disney film, or compose for a major film. But literally, I want to compose for Disney. I feel like the music or the magic has been taken out of Disney, or it's been taken out for a while, and I want to bring that back. I want to bring composers back. I want to be, I don't know quite the history, but I want to be one of the, how you explain? I want to be one of the best black men to ever compose like a film, or compose. I want to compose some emotional music, man. I feel like I got it. I feel like I got the skill to do that. And with this channel, I want to show that I have the skill. I want to show you guys that I got what it takes. I want to show y'all that my music is good, that y'all gonna want to listen to it, and we're gonna grow with it. And I'm learning. Honestly, I am. I want to get, this one's very specific, but I want I'm Dante to react to some of my songs. I love Am Dante, honestly. He's a great creator. I don't watch his streams, but I watch his YouTube videos, and I love his album reactions, and I love all his other reactions, and all the games he plays, and all that stuff. And honestly, I just want him to see it. I feel like when he sees it, I feel like I've made it. And, I feel like he's very inspirational, because he talks a lot about getting out there and doing your thing and being original. And we don't have a lot of that. We don't have a lot of originality anymore, honestly. It's very sad, but we don't have it. And well, we have it too. Of course we have it, but I want to bring something new. I feel like my music's new. It's refreshing. It's something you ain't never heard before. That's what I'm trying to bring to the table, man. So I'm Dante. If you ever see this or hear this video, that's my goal. What's today's date, man? Today, right now, it's 12/13, February 24th. And I want y'all to know. I want y'all to know that I'm gonna make it happen. It's gonna happen regardless. And I've always thought this. I've always thought that I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna make it happen. I promise you this. And I look into this camera with not hope and not a wish, but a promise. Because I'm not doing nothing else. I might have a little job here and there. I might have to work my way up. But absolutely, I will be doing music. No doubt about it. And if not music, something in the arts, but most likely music, because, I do want to direct, though. I do want to make a film eventually. Maybe act a little bit. I can't act, honestly. I was in theater in high school and middle school and elementary, and I did a little bit. I did an Alice in Wonderland play when I was younger. I'm not really an actor, though, honestly, but I could be eventually. But I like being behind the camera. I like filming. I like editing. I like doing that stuff. It's just me, Mainly on this channel, what I will be doing is reviewing and analyzing my songs and going over how I make it, what's the creative process, how I did it, all that stuff. The song I'm going to be doing in a little bit is sampled, so I'm going to show you that. And I'm probably going to make a separate video because this video is already long. This video is 51 minutes, mes amigos. I want to go over my songs and show y'all how I make it and what's my thought process on how I do it. I did some music theory classes. I have my associates, by the way. I don't have a bachelor's. I do have my associates. So, honestly though, school kind of messed me up a little bit. So I'm relearning. I'm teaching myself a lot of stuff currently. Not that the teachers were bad. It's me, honestly. I can't learn. I don't know why, but I also have very selective hearing. But yes, that's the main thing I'm going to be doing is going over my music. And then as time goes on, I would like to review other songs, and I would like to not just my songs, but other people's songs. I want people to submit their music, or not submit, but just like, hey, here's a link to my song. Can you listen to it? Let me know what you think. I want to go over. I want to listen to y'all music, man. Music is great. Music is such a great thing. It's such a good thing we can share. I love. I'm gonna switch over into this now. I want to talk about my musical inspiration. Ever since I've been young, my favorite artist ever of all time, absolutely. I'm not gonna tell y'all my favorite song. That's too personal for me, and I won't let that be ruined. But absolutely my favorite artist of all time is Mike Jack, the King. I love Michael Jackson. And I don't listen to him a lot, as much as I used to, but I still do. I love him. I love Michael Jackson, man. He's the king of pop, king of whatever you want to call him. Y'all could argue, but there is not enough room in this world for hate. And I feel like Michael Jackson was just trying to bring the peace. And that's what I want to bring, the peace. Honestly, there's not enough room in the world for hate. There's a lot of hate going on. I know I said something hateful earlier in this video, but and I don't even know if I'll put that in there, honestly. But there's a lot of it, man. And all we need is a bunch of love and peace. Because that's the only thing that's going to bring us closer together. At the end of the day, we only have each other. That's it, honestly. So, I love Michael Jackson. I love what he stood for. I love Jackson 5. In high school, I started listening to more and more music. In middle school, my friend put me on to Drake and Kendrick and Lil Uzi Vert and Kodak Black. You know, I'm so flow, you know. So listen to a little bit of Florida music. I never liked the sped up stuff, but I did like that type of stuff. In high school, I finally built my own music taste, and going off the top of my head, Stevie Wonder, Anita Baker, James Ingram, Luther Vandross. My dad also listened to a lot of this stuff. I was really into that soulful R&B type music. I loved it. It was, you know, and I still love it. Currently though, for more current artists, I have to say my favorite artists right now are like Tyler the Creator, of course, and I love J. Cole. J. Cole just released a Fall Off. Inspirational, absolutely, loved it. Can't hate it. Baby Keem just released Casino, love Casino. What else do I listen to? I love alternative music. Paramore, y'all have my heart, absolutely. I love Evanescence, that first album, that, my God, my tourniquet, love them. My favorite alternative band, I don't mention this a lot, but I love Beach Bunny. Beach Bunny, I know every single one of their songs. Beach Bunny, if y'all see this, please come to Florida, please. I would love to see you guys. I would love it. I love you guys so much. Recently, I went to Colorado and I dove a little bit into, I want to say, more folk and more Western, or not Western folk, but just more folk music. And John Denver, oh, forget about it. John Denver has an amazing voice. I guess he'd rather be in Colorado. I love that song so much because I really wish I was in Colorado. Honestly, it was a great song. Honestly, but that's my music taste. That is my music taste. So, with that being said, this video has been so long. I'm glad I really got to introduce myself. I might have missed some stuff, but honestly, I'm really glad I got to talk about this and do an actual introduction to who I am and why I love doing this. And it's been a part of me for my whole life. It's stuck with me, even in my darkest times, even through my brightest days. Music has just been there, and it'll continue to be there even long after I'm gone. So, and I hope that even when I'm long after I'm gone, people will get to hear my music and be like, wow, this guy was great. He knew what he was doing. And I hope that I could inspire more people to do music or just to do anything. Because the reason I can't do nothing else is because I'm not saying I'm wasting my life on nothing, but this is my life. And I was brought into this world. I believe, me personally, I was brought into this world to be a musician, to be an artist, to sing, to songwrite, to perform. I am a performer above all things. I love performing. One of my favorite things. When I hear the crowd cheer, you want to hear me sing again? Let's do it. I'm ready. Ah! I love music, man. And I love people. I'm such a people person. I love going out. I be clubbing a lot, honestly. Like, I love clubbing. But it's because there's loud music and I could just vibe with everybody. And I'm a little tall and awkward, so I just be dancing to myself most of the time. But, you know, my friends, that's why I like going out with my friends. My friends would dance with me in a circle or whatever, while I'll just be chilling, and it's fun. So, with that being said, guys, I'm breaking out of my shell. And I'm learning to become me. I think that's a tree. I'm learning to be me and to become an artist, and I'm growing into myself, and I'm learning to get bigger. I'm learning to do more. I'm learning to just do it. Like Nike said, I guess, no sponsorship, but, you know, so with that being said, guys, thank you for watching this video. I'm gonna make a separate video because this video was very long introducing myself. But I'm gonna make a separate video about the song, the first song. And the first sample I'm gonna review is, it's called, the song I made was called Love Me Like I Love You. And it's just a track I made, you know. I'm here to make tracks, I'm here to make music, I'm here to create a community. And that's what I want to do, y'all. So, I'm here to create a community, and I really hope you guys can, grow with me. So, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thank you, and goodbye.